Hello, King David here. Hope you're enjoying the content of Truth Coming Forth, which is from the Living Creator, man. I'm just feeding you for free. As you know, me and my family, we are the Israelites. My family are from Scotland originally. McKinley and Campbell, Lazara, Redham branch of Judah, and Oliver Cromwell banished my family out. He put a public custodian on the throne of David, man. Okay, which is an atrocity in the eyes of the Living Creator. Okay, they don't have the power to do that. Anyway, we went to work on plantations. You know the story by now. The New Testament was added. The author was Mark and Osno. Yada yada yada. Israelites went under the curses. You know, loads of families obviously were under the curses. You know, it wasn't just my family. Loads of families going to church, going on Sunday. It wasn't just my mum sending us to the court, man. There's many parents doing the same, and some wasn't just my mother. So I wanted to give you like a little backstory of how it used to kind of be, just so you can just so I can show you a correct kind of vision of how it used to be back in the day, so you can kind of see how you know my family rejected me in that, like, and me stopping binge drinking so heavily, you know, which I relied on to escape the memories of being abused as a child. But anyway, like obviously, I'd got to a stage where I think when drink came into the scene, so 14, 15, I could blot it out. So I started to kind of forget and push it to the back of my mind of everything that happened. So 1996 was a year that I was obviously abused. When my mum did an act of abuse, she then tells the elders what she's done. Confesses to the elders, which she looks upon them like spiritual heads. Do you understand? Like, even though they're a Zionist cult set up by Charles Hayes Russell, and then I lost my train of thought now. So yeah, so basically my mum and other parents would have sent their family, their kids to cults, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a Charles Hayes Russell cult, man. So I was binge drinking to try and forget about the abuse, yada yada yada, and all that. So I'd forgotten about kind of the abuse. 1996 comes along. Trying to get my train of thoughts. Forgive me. So 1996, my mum confesses to the elders, and suddenly Victor Neeland's living with us. Okay. Now I believe my family were born into secret societies because of who we are. Okay, we're the tribe of Judah. Okay, from Scotland. We went to work on plantations. However, I believe that my family were given a certain amount of lands and that, man. You understand? In exchange for the lands and states, obviously they used the KSQV Act 1666, man. And we are prisoners of war. The Third Geneva Convention laws are applied to us, and they use the KSQV Act 1666, like I said before. John Dye versus 1452 put the Saracen Negro into perpetual servitude. But I need to understand, I need you to understand, like, my mum wasn't like some kind of like ogre. You understand? Like, I need you to understand her character. Like I said before, she developed her character. She could have been such an amazing individual, and it's not too late to change. You understand? And to return to living creator. But like, she'd be like cooking great cakes and that, like, you understand? She knows I love cakes and that, man, and she's really good at baking cakes. I'll never forget that. You understand? She's great cooking. Like, we always never went without food, even though we was poor and we had nothing. My father unfortunately didn't provide for us. Okay, up until the age of 5, he left when I was 5. So my big sister would have been 7, yeah. And then my younger brother would have been 2 years younger than me, and then my younger sister's 2 years younger than my younger brother. So he provided up until that point, you understand? But then he never provided a penny, man. He left my mum in a lot of debt. Had the bailiffs come round, and we had our stuff getting boxed out. I had to go in with the family, Jehovah's Witness family, for a little bit until they come to an arrangement to pay the debts off. But the bailiffs came and I was clearing the house out, man. Yeah, my mum didn't have it easy, like, you understand, growing up. When I was growing up, I was ADHD, autistic, dyslexic. I was a very hyperactive child. You know, I said she was strict, yeah, but I'm not angry about the strictness. Yeah, I think that was necessary. The strictness was. I don't think there's nothing wrong with being a little bit strict, like, you know what I mean? But with balance, like, and she did show love, like I said. So that's why it's so confusing. Obviously, she was probably looking at me like thinking, "Do I remember what happened?" And she's probably worried that I'd remember. And she saw me drinking, and she saw me self-destructing myself, you know, and eating disorders and that, like, you know, with hard growing up, man, getting bullied in that, like, and having to go around knocking on doors, like, and then scared you're gonna go knock on the bully's door. Do you understand, like? For one, you're a copper coloured, yeah, you stand out in your school, man. You understand? There's only probably one or two of copper coloured individuals there. Just want to give you a backstory, you understand, so you understand how my mum was. Um, very loving, very kind. You understand? Like, if I went round, um, and that there'd be times where it'd be like kind of like confusing, because there'd be times where I'd go around there where I'd be allowed to go around there. This is before I woke up to who we were. I think she's just worried of me waking up to who I was. You understand? And that way the Israelites, she always used to tell me we're from Scotland. She used to write notes to me from time to time on stones. That was quite interesting. And then who I am now, King Dawid, you understand, like, and she'd write scriptures and that, like, you know what I mean, which was quite nice. But then, and obviously when I was younger, I had to, like, I was like poorly and that, like, you know what I mean, because basically I had to have like like an operation done, you understand? Basically a circumcision, man, you know what I mean? But it caused my organs to be very poorly, you understand? Plus the abuse as well, you know what I mean? That didn't help. And it was just a very confusing time, to be, and then, like I said, like this is before it all came back to me that I'd been abused, you know. I was drinking heavily, you know, trying to control things through exercise, through, I'd obsess with exercise, and like I'd obsess with food, you know, I'd stop, like I'd just eat like one bowl of little muesli, like, you know what I mean. And but sometimes I'll have like nothing, like every other day I just have a bowl of muesli. You understand, like, my mum was, it really worried my mum, like, she was worried obviously, but she knew deep down what it was. Like, I know that she knew what it was. You know, like I said, it all came flooding back the one day, and I said, "Did something happen when I was younger?" And then she was crying, she's really, really very sorry. You know what I'm saying? She's very, very sorry. But like, obviously later on, they tried to attack me, obviously because I went around saying it. All just came flooding back. Bam, I stopped drinking. Like, it all just come flooding back. Bam, and and then I think when I started to, before it came flooding back, and I started to say, with the Israelites, man, I'm doing some research with the Israelites, you know, like, and started doing some research and that, and then she kind of started to shy away from me, and she didn't like me wearing my fringes and that. Like, I remember being in my nan's, and my nan asking the question, saying, like, why has he got that? Why are you wearing them fringes? Rest in peace, Nanny Pauline, man. Why she rest in peace, man. And I explained to her. My mum said, get behind me, Satan. Like, I'm saying, just because my nan was asking a question about my fringes. But we are the true Scottish Divided Royals, man, you know. But I'm just trying to show you a pattern. So, like, when I started to wake up, that's when the heavier rejection happened. And so, like, I wasn't allowed around the house. You offend our faith. So I'm saying about the child abuse in the JW court. I was talking about child abuse in the JW court, man. I was talking about things that are hidden, you understand? And then it all came flooding back. All just come flooding back to me, man. I was like, oh my gosh, I just broke down crying, like, and I'm thinking, shit, man. I was like, oh my gosh, because when I wasn't drinking, I could see clearly, man. You understand? And I was like thinking, shit, man, like, I can't believe this, like, and then I literally was just like telling my story, you understand? Because as a testimony to tell, especially like, you know, how I was thrown out and that from my house, and I was made homeless, and you know, I was only young, or 17, so I had a BMX and a black bag full of bags, man. You understand? But then I'm saying, was it under duress with my mum? Like, I'm saying, was it under duress? Like, was she forced to throw me out? Was she being instructed and controlled, yeah, by the Masonic leaders that she follows, man? Because I follow Lucifer, and she follows the JW cult, yeah, which is set up by Charles Hayes Russell, known as Zionist and Freemason. Charles Taze Russell actually has a pyramid for his tombstone, for his burial site. You understand? But I just wanted to show you the picture. Like, my mum wasn't like an ogre. It was kind of, everything was done in secret. You understand? Like she confessed to the elders what she'd done, and then they then get Victor Neal on in. He was our postal worker. Do you understand? Like, and then he was homeless. And then they sit us down and say that he's been to prison, and we asked what for, and he said rape, and he said, "What's that like?" You know what I'm saying? We're just kids, we didn't know. And then he was living with us, man, for 6 months, but he went on to abuse me. Do you understand? And he had some wicked friends at the Royal Mail who also abused me too. And then my mom had some wicked friends as well at the JW court, man, who abused me. Do you understand? Because when Vic was abusing me, I then was sick of it, and I went to the JW court elders to try and get help. They set up a time and a day to come round to mine to help me, to talk and try and help me. They came round, made it all about me. Party was great, and we was going to sit down, be serious, and then, like I said, that's where the abuse happened. Vic was also there that time as well, and he abused me at that time as well. So I was set up, you understand, like, so as you can understand, like that's my childhood, and that's some of the memories that I had. You understand? And then for later on, for them to attack me and to drag my name through the mud and lie about me, I think it's really bad. You know, but I always try and give people the benefits of the doubt. You know, regarding, you know, saying, I know secret societies are real, Lucifer's real, the rituals are real, it's all real. Do you understand? And that's why I said, was it done under duress, or was it done because she had to prove herself to Lucifer to reject her son? And because I obviously want to keep the law of the living creator. I promote the law, I promote his name, HAYA, HAYA. Exodus chapter 3 verse 14 and verse 15, it says that's my name forever. You know, I just wanted to show you, like, she wasn't an ogre, like, you know, but she did things in secret, you know. But was it under duress? Was she being controlled, or was she doing it willingly from her free will? Was her free will just kicking in and saying, yeah, this is what I want to do with my free will? Or was it like, I'm being controlled by people part of secret societies because I'm part of secret societies because I was born into secret societies, like, understand? And this is just how we operate in secret, like, and I don't want to do it, but I have to. Like, Nanny Lily died under suspicious circumstances, man. Even my mom said it was suspicious, man. You understand? Was that a threat? Like, you understand? Because, you know, they knew who I was. They have an Operation Coin to operate Prevention of Black Messiah. We are the true Scottish Davidic royals kicked out of our lands. You understand? Like Oliver Cromwell, man. He banished us, man. But yeah, but like, she always used to hug me from time to time and just say, like, you know, when I was allowed in the house, and before she stole my key and gave it to my stepfather's parents, rest in peace, because it's not their fault. You understand? Um, um, yeah, I don't know, man. It's a damn shame what happened there, man. You know, and then they just like spread lies, gossip, and rumors about me to protect themselves. Like, you understand? But the Most High is the judge; he can see everything. You can see the lies and that. Like, but I'm just saying, was it done? You know, through being controlled, through being part of secret societies, man, and rituals and that, man. You know, but like, or was it done willingly? You know, but like, I'm trying to show you the picture and paint the picture and show you how it was. Like, she was very kind, like, to me, very loving, like, and when I had to have my operation, like, she was there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like a parent should be, like, obviously. So that's what you do for your kid, isn't it? Like, standard, like. I think it's because we had nothing. I remember her crying because we had no money. You understand? Like, and like, she wished that my dad did provide something, but like, he didn't, like, and she never chased him for no money or nothing. Like, we just got through it, but we never had nothing. You understand? Like, so I'm used to not having much. Like, I'm used to it. Like, I don't chase. It's not something, materialistic things aren't something I chase. It really, even though they're nice, obviously, but like, I don't chase them things, you know. I just chase the living creator. I chase spiritual things, you know what I mean? You know, as long as you have a roof over your head, food in your belly, clothes on your back, good health, you got your family in that life, you got the creator and the angels around you. That's all you need, man. You know what I mean? But I do bless the remnant in High's name. Some people are going through some really difficult things out there, and we have to bear this in mind. But I have to tell my testimony because of who I am, because I am the Messiah. I am the reincarnation of David, King of Israel. I am the one that Hosea 3 verse 4 and 5 talks about in our historical document for the Afro-Asiatics, yeah, and the confusion of face, man. Understand? But yeah, man, like me and my brother, we used to play like basketball together and that, like, you understand? And like we could just bounce off each other all day long. And I do thank him for the times that he helped me when I was drinking so much, like, because he like protected me a lot of times, like, and kept me from danger. You know, a lot of times when I was drinking, man, because trying to like drown the the my sorrows from being abused, obviously. You know, but you can't use that as a crutch, man. You know what I mean? Um, but like, you know, we used to play basketball together and that, like, and you know, like it's like my family sided with the ones who abused me. You know, some they sided against me. You know, some like they walked out of my life. You know, some like people like they walked away from me. You know, my brother stopped seeing me. He walked away from me because I was taught. I was at the time I was doing baptisms and that for the Israelite One Nation One Power. You know, and now we now know it's false baptisms. Let the Jews live 99. I will not compel no Jew to be conformed to baptism in our ways. You know, we are separate ways. We have to follow the law. You know, well, that's what I was doing at the time, baptisms and that. And then I was probably getting too close to the facts that we are the Israelites. And then after he's probably instructed to stay away from me and son. And then he like like obviously my sisters and my brother, they just obviously started with the ones who abused me, man. Like, but obviously I had to go through a time of defending myself because I was being attacked by a lot of people, man. I had to come forth and tell my testimony, my story, man. But yeah, I just want to give you like a little picture of how it used to be like and that. But like the Most High will bring everything to light. Was it under duress, or was it done because it was a ritual for secret societies, man? Done willingly, off her free will. The Most High will bring all to light.